Cruising is becoming more and more popular with bigger and better boats and an estimate of 37.1 million people to set sail in 2025. That's pretty amazing. That's great news for an industry that is still recovering from the shutdowns in 2020. One stat that's not so amazing is that 2024 was the worst year for cruise ship-based gastrointestinal outbreaks in over a decade.
My name is Stuart. This is Ship to Shore Cruise News. Let's get into it.
So during 2024, there were a total of 16 reported outbreaks on cruise ships that were reported to the CDC, with norovirus being the most common, with 5 of these happening in December of 2024 alone. Hundreds of passengers on Cunard, Holland America, and Princess Cruises were afflicted with this virus. For note, outbreaks are only reported when the number of sick passengers and crew reaches 3% of the ship's capacity. So let's take the Icon of the Sea, and just at their double capacity and fully staffed would be about 7,860 passengers, and they would only have to report an outbreak of any kind if there were 236 illnesses reported. For these numbers, so what's interesting is the Icon of the Seas has a maximum capacity of 9,950, and that would be 299 people would need to be reported ill before they'd have to tell the CDC. In the United States, there are about 19 to 21 million reported cases of norovirus every year. That's on land, not on cruises. I have to take a quick break to acknowledge my sponsor, and that's me. Yeah, I'm my own sponsor. And if you find this video interesting, informing, otherwise entertaining, then hit that like button and subscribe button as well. Help me get to 2,000 subscribers. Now back to the news. Norovirus is very contagious, and you can get infected with very few particles. It can live for days or even a week on surfaces, which means that if someone was infected on a previous sailings, they could be leaving the virus on board for you to touch when you get on board. Touch it with your hand and then rub your eye, put your finger in your mouth, and you potentially could get very, very sick. Well, while norovirus dominates the cases of these illnesses, there was an outbreak attributed this last year to salmonella food poisoning. And there was a case of E. coli as well last year in 2024. Interestingly enough, 2023 had 14 reported outbreaks. Now that the numbers has jumped to 16, some people are wondering if this is an upward trend. They can't use the numbers from 2020 to 2022 because of the shutdown and people gradually returning to cruising. So what do you do? I say you keep cruising. You just need to follow a few simple things to stay healthy during a cruise. First of all, if you're ill, promptly inform medical services. They can help you right away and keep others on board safe if you have something contagious. Also, wash your hands regularly with soap and water after every toilet use and before eating and drinking. Don't rely on sanitary wipes or lotions as well, because norovirus is not very affected by the alcohol that's in those wipes and lotions. So yes, just like a resort, hotel, bar, restaurant, you can pick up illnesses anywhere. As I mentioned, the best defense is to wash your hands with soap and water whenever you can, just as the washy people tell you to do. Use those paper towels as well at the doors of the washrooms to grab the handles as well. And always remember, my name's Stuart. This is Ship to Shore Cruise News. And as always, get your cruise on.